then you can start to walk your fingers around very gently. Okay, so this is the place in between your hip bones. So I have 2 hip bones here and then one in the center right above, it's the pubic bone area. So that's the place that we're walking our fingers around. Nice and easy, it's very gentle. And as you breathe, see if you can breathe into this lowest part of your abdomen. Exhaling very, very slowly. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and rock up to a seated position, please. And now we're going to add a little bit of massage for the neck. So these massage techniques that I'm going to show you will help to boost your immune system and increase your body's ability to relax. So we're just going to take our hand on the side of our neck and we're just going to draw the skin from the center off towards the ear and then stroke down through the sternum, and our hand will end up in our abdomen. And then we'll switch sides. So you're just taking the hand from the center, you're pushing the skin off to the side, and this is going to kind of help the tissue on the bottom of your neck here to not sag so much, for one, which is good, but it also stimulates your lymph nodes, which is going to boost your immune system. And we also have a nerve that travels just underneath the muscle on either side of the neck, this big muscle here called the sternocleidomastoid. There's a muscle there, and right underneath it is a nerve called the vagus nerve, and that nerve is responsible for getting us nice and relaxed. So usually when we're sitting at our desk, oftentimes we find ourselves in that forward head posture. So I really want you to focus on length through the spine and take the skin, stretch the skin, and then stroke down through the sternum into the stomach. So you're breathing gently and expansively while we do this. Nice and relaxed. And just notice how good that feels. So if you want to relax, massage the neck and massage your lower abdomen as often as you can. Focus on length through the spine by pressing through the crown of the head and just gently massage the neck. It's that simple. Okay, so again, you're taking the skin from the center, stroking out right underneath the jawline, and then through the sternum down to the stomach. We're just going to keep doing this for another 45 seconds or so. You really couldn't do too much of this. The neck is one of the areas that a lot of people are complaining about, you know, because we're spending so much time in the computer area. So just breathe gently and expansively while you massage through the neck. Just gently massaging through the neck. 20 more seconds, guys, just relaxing as we go. Okay, so the next area we're going to be massaging is our face. Our face has about 60 muscles in it, and there's a lot of tension that we hold in our face. And the other thing that we can do by massaging our face is we can get our nasal passages open. So let's rub our hands together, get the energy built up, some electromagnetic friction energy. And we're just going to massage in the center, alongside and on top of the nose. So just massaging just for about 7 seconds or so, and then we're going to take it down to the jawline, through the neck, into the abdomen. Let's try that again. So you're massaging over the nose and the front side. You can even do some circles on the front tip of your nose, especially if we're wearing masks a lot these days, which we are. We want to get that fluid moving in the face, jawline and down. Now let's go around the eyes. So we're just taking our hands around the eyes. around the eyes, and then down through the sides of the neck. If you have that puffy eye syndrome happening in the morning time, this is a great way to reduce the puffiness around the eyes. It also helps to stimulate the nerves that control eye movement, so it will help your eyes to be more functional as well. Keep going. All right, so from here, let's take our hands around our ears. We're just going to take our hands and put some pressure on the skin around the ears and just make some nice gentle circles. My fingers are coming around towards the back, so I'm also massaging the base of my skull. And then from here, I'm going to take my fingers into my scalp and get the scalp massaged. This is really important, especially because we tend to hold a lot of tension in our scalp and in our neck. So you want to massage into the scalp, base of the scalp. So from here, I'm just going like this on the back side of my neck. This into the scalp. And I'm opening up this back side of my neck because, again, when I'm sitting at the computer, I tend to get like this, so I want to open that up. Here, just like this. Give yourself a nice new hairdo. Really nice and relaxed, nice and through the top. And then again, rinse it out through the sternocleidomastoid or through the side of the neck into the abdomen. Okay, so from here, we're going to do some rocking to get-ups. So all we're going to do is we're going to gently round through the back and just roll back and come right back up. That's simple. So we're massaging our back now. Slowly, gently, and easily. So you're sitting there wherever you are. You can add gentle movements because remember, good circulation equals good health. Pay attention to how you feel through your face and through your neck, through the areas we just massaged. And what we can also start to do is we can start to massage into other parts of our body while we do our rocking. So I can massage into my shoulders and add some gentle reaches. And again, the rocking is really good for massaging the back. So we want to start to multitask when we do our movement. Getting massage through the rib cage. Rock back. Come right back up. Get the back side. Get some rotation. So it doesn't matter what you're doing right now. What matters is that you're massaging your body and adding some rocking. Okay, so from here, we're going to start to come to an upright position and actually stand up. So from your standing, you lower yourself back down and go right back into rocking. So we could rock a couple times if you like. And if you need to use your hands to come to an upright position, that's fine. But what we're doing is we're practicing our ability to get up and down off the ground. Okay, so you can use your hands and lower yourself down nice and carefully. Make sure that you're breathing. Or you can do it without your hands. Using the momentum of the arms to get yourself to a nice standing position. Okay, keep on going. Once you come to that nice standing position, you can add some bouncing. Again, just surrendering unnecessary tension, shaking it out, shake your caboose, lower it down, come right back up. You can add a little bit of a bounce where you're actually coming up off the ground a little bit. And then again, rock on the back, come right back up. Okay? So no matter where you are in your process, I want you to go ahead and come to a standing position, and we're going to start some gentle hopping. Again, sitting at the computer all day, fluids tend to stagnate in the body. So we want to get into the habit of loosening our body and shaking the body so that we can get those fluids moving. Letting go of unnecessary tension. You can allow your hops to go from side to side. Nice and easy. Just straightforward. If this is too much, you don't have to come off the ground. You could just bend your knees. If this is way too easy and you want to add a little bit of height to your hop, feel free. Take it out. All right, so from here we're going to add some full body massage. So we're going to take our hands on the fronts of our thighs. We're going to bend at the hips, stroking down through the front of our thighs and our legs. And as we stand up, we're going to come up the backside. Let's try that again. So, stroking down through the front, stroking up through the back as you stand back up. Down through the front, back up the back. Okay? Now, we're going to add moving our hands towards the inner thigh area. So we're going to go down through the front, and we're going to stroke up through the inner thigh, all the way through the crease in the pelvis. So down on the front, up through the crease. Now you can add as much pressure as you want here. But as you're doing the upstroke, you want to add probably a little bit more pressure than when you're going down. And the reason why is because you want to help your veins return that blood to the heart. You're stroking down through the front, up through the inner thigh, working in that crease. Get some gentle circles in there if you want to add a little bit to this area. And once again. Okay, from here, we're going to go down on the outsides and up on the insides. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Okay, so from here, take your hands on the hips. Feet are a little bit further than shoulder width apart, and we're just going to do some nice gentle hip circles. So you want to assess the quality of this movement. Are you cutting corners on that circle, or is it a full circle? I took this class from a Qigong master, and he said that there's sounds that we can make to make our circles even more profound. So when your caboose goes towards the back, he said you go, hey. So hopefully you guys are making some crazy sounds right now and playing around with that because it's a lot of fun. Hey. Okay, and now go the other way. Same exact thing. Okay? Nice gentle circles. So I want you to bring your attention deep inside the hip joints. Okay, not just on this outer portion here, but I want you to think about how the femur sits inside the hip joint, the acetabulum, and how that moves around. So you can even take your hands on the front side of the pelvis here, or even towards the inside, and you want to stimulate these areas. Okay, these are the things that, you know, probably you wouldn't want to do in the gym because people are going to look at you like you're crazy, but you guys are alone probably right now, and so you can take your hands into the different areas, and you want to massage into the areas that have a lot of creases and the areas where the sun don't shine. Okay? Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. You can also go from side to side. Just feel the hips opening as you move from side to side. Keeping that nice, relaxed feeling throughout the whole body as you move from side to side. From here, we're going to hinge forward at the hips, and we're going to keep that side to side motion going. So just notice how that feels. Side to side. So you're rolling that femur inside the hip joint. Nice and easy. Okay? From here, we're going to add some slapping. So you're going to take your hands on either side, and you're going to slap through the upper portion of the leg and work your way down, all the way into the lower portion. We want our circulation to be great, especially in the legs, because if you sit a lot, you're cutting off the hoses of circulation into the lower extremities. You're smacking it up. Switch sides, same exact thing. A nice, vigorous slap. the vibration of the slap goes deep, even into the bone. Okay, so take your attention deep, massage, and then just shake it out, and then close your eyes for a second and notice how you feel. Okay, from here, let's take our hands back into our abdomen, some nice gentle circles. Circles in the front, circles in the back simultaneously. And then if you want to go nuts with it, you can go down one leg and then down the other leg. Okay, so this is a way to mobilize the shoulders, mobilize the hips. Very, very critical. You know, a lot of times we don't even feel like exercising. But if we can get into the habit of at least massaging our body on a regular basis, you're going to find that you're going to get some good functional movement in, and it's safe. Okay, let's take one arm above the head, massaging into the rib cage. You can add a little bit of lateral flexion towards the opposite side. Switch sides. This gentle massage through, especially for you ladies, you want to be massaging into that armpit and opening up the area where the bra line is, and that will help your circulation and the flow of lymph. Okay? Okay, so let's get into the working sets. We're going to start with some lunge clocks. So you're going to start with your feet shoulder width apart, and you're going to step back with one foot into a gentle lunge. Keeping your body upright, we're going to lower our knee down towards the ground. And then go ahead and stand back up. Bring the back leg to meet the front leg. Switch sides. So I'm going to turn sides so you can see it. I step back. I'm on the ball of the foot. I lower down. My spine is neutral the whole time. And then I come right back up. Switch sides. Lower down. Come up. Lower down. Come up. So I really want you to feel the ground with your feet as you do this movement. Focus on quality over quantity. We want to move those hips first so that the hip is taking a bulk of the load as we go to lower down and when we go to stand up. So the spine stays neutral, and I want that hip to be working. So sometimes I like to put my hand on my glute, on my posterior hip muscle, to make sure that thing is turned on. Okay? So it's the glute of the front leg that's active. Nice and strong the whole time. Breathing deeply and expansively as we go. Nice and easy. Okay. Now from here, we're going to do some tripod transitioning. So you're going to take your feet double shoulder width apart. And like a football player that puts their hand down onto the ground, you're going to put your hand on the ground and you're going to rotate your arm bone. And then from here, switch sides. So you're just rotating the arm bone inside the glenoid fossa, or the shoulder joint. Okay, switch sides. So you'll notice your glutes are active during this motion, and I'm just rotating my arm bone. And as we're doing this, I want you to start to put more pressure into that hand, almost like you're pressing into the ground, like you're going to bring your body weight into your hand. Switch sides. Breathing in deeply and expansively, just rotating that arm bone, and then switch sides. You want to do other things with the other arm, you can, but the main thing is rotation through your arm bone. Nice and strong. You can take your body weight and shift it from side to side. You can even place your other arm on the ground, but the main thing is that you're rotating through the arm bone. Okay? Nice and easy. Okay? All right, so from here we're going back into our lunges. This time we're going to add some different directions with where we're stepping. So let's go ahead with our feet shoulder width apart. This time we're going to start by stepping behind. So step behind, lower down, come right back up to center, other side. Step behind, lower down, come right back up. From here, we're going to step towards the front. Doesn't really matter which direction you step. Lunging is the movement. Step whatever direction you want. Okay? Step behind. Step the other way behind. You can step in front. Step in the other way in front. Quality over quantity. I want your movements to be slow so that there's time under tension and you're focusing on the power and control of this movement. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. You can also just kind of switch back and forth. Just adding some nice gentle lunges if you want to touch down onto the ground and come out. So I'm lunging, touching, coming right back up. Keeping my body nice and relaxed as I go. Okay? And whatever movement feels best for you, continue on with that one. For me, I like to step behind. That one feels the best for that posterior hip. Okay? So from here, back into our tripod transition. So again, feet double shoulder width apart. You're going to go ahead and bring that hand down onto the ground. Now this time what we're going to do is we're going to bring the same side leg underneath to a seated position. Okay? And then I'm going to come right back up. So bring that leg back. Now I'm standing. So again, I lower one hand down and the same side leg is going to come under the body. And now I'm seated. Stand back up. Come right back up. Remember, keep your body nice and relaxed, fluid. Bring that hand down to the ground. Sit. And come right back up. Lower down. Sit. Now, if you don't want to sit and you want to add to this, you can keep the leg off the ground and add a shoulder pulse. And then bring it back. If you need to use both hands, that's okay. So you're coming down. If you wanted to add to it, you can add a shoulder pulse. Coming right back up. Remember, keep it nice and loose. Lower that hand down. Coming down into your position. Either sit your caboose down or get your nice shoulder pulse. And then come right out of it. Okay, so lower that hand down, nice and smooth. Bring the other leg down, and then come right back up. Okay, one more time the other side. Lay it down, bring the leg through, and stay on your caboose. All right, side bend sit position, please. So from here, we're going to do some side sit hip swivels. That just means we're going to bring our knees from side to side. And you can post your arms behind you if you like. Make sure that you're breathing and that you're focusing on relaxing your spine through this movement. The abdominal muscles can get a workout if you take the arms out of the equation or out of the supportive role. So if I take my arms up, now I could get the abdominal activation. From here, we're going to hinge at the hips and press ourselves into a split squat position. So lower down, swivel to the other side, hinge, press. Lower yourself back down. Swivel, hinge, press, lower down. Okay, nice and strong the whole time. Nice and strong. Nice quality of movement. Remember, when you come to that upright position, don't flare your ribs. Keep your ribs down and focus on the length through the spine. Lower down. Press up. Now, if this is really difficult, feel free to use your hands to get yourself into this position. That's okay. We want to do our best without straining. Okay. So from here, we're going to bring ourselves into a tall kneeling position, and we're going to do some tall kneeling step outs. So this is kneeling, and you could either be on bent toes or pointed toes. And then from here, we're going to do some tall kneeling step outs. So I'm just going to step out to the side and bring my body weight forward and then back to my kneeling, switch sides. I can step out to the side. And again, I'm feeling the sensations through the movement. It's not about how many reps you could do. It's about exploring movement, exploring sensations of movement, and learning how to control really important positioning. We should be able to get in and out of this position relatively well or relatively easily, but if you don't practice, unfortunately, we lose some of our ability over time. So again, you can step out, and if you want to add a reach, feel free. Bring it back, nice and controlled. I can step and reach forward with both hands. I can reach up. I can reach behind. Come right back, nice and controlled. Nice and easy. If this feels sketchy on the knees, go ahead and put a pillow underneath there. And then that kind of takes some of the pressure off of the knee as you are putting your weight into it. Okay, so again, I want you to explore the sensations and focus on stretching and opening up the adductors, the muscles on the inside of the leg. Nice and strong. Okay, so right back into our side bend sit, hip swivels. Okay, so we're just swiveling our knees from side to side. Nice and easy. This time we're going to press ourselves into our split squat or our split kneeling position, and then we're going to take the back leg towards the front and stand up. And then lower yourself right back down. Side bend sit, okay? So again, I'm in my side bend sit position. I press myself up. I'm going to take that back leg, bring it towards the front, stand up, lower myself right back down. Switch sides. So I bring my knees to the other side, hinge, press up, take that back leg, go ahead and stand up, lower yourself right back down. Okay? If you need to use your hands, that's totally cool. Press yourself up. If you need to use your hands to get up, feel free. Lower yourself right back down. Okay? Switch sides. Remember, while you're doing these movements, if your body tells you to make a modification, I want you to honor that and make your modification. The body knows exactly what it needs to do and how it needs to move to be healthy and strong. Okay, so let's go back into our tall kneeling. We use a pillow here, nice and easy, and then we'll go into our step outs. So we're going to press up. So you're pressing through the glutes on the back side, keeping the ribs down in front. You're just going to step out, lunge, come back, lunge the other leg. And, a lot of times we're told, oh, you shouldn't bring your knee past your toes. That's ridiculous. We need to have an ability to take our foot into what we call dorsiflexion. And a lot of times as a result of sitting all day and not using our full range of motion in our ankle, we lose a lot of that ability. And you might be thinking, well, why do we need dorsiflexion? Well, when we go into a squat position, we need to be able to have dorsiflexion so that we can, this was the position our ancestors used to, do their business with. So we want to practice movements where we're bringing our foot into that dorsiflex position, bringing that ankle into a nice, healthy dorsiflex position, and challenging our body's ability to move in and out of it safely. So that's why if you need to use your hands to get you in and out of these positions, feel free. Explore these movements and make sure it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, dial it down. Okay? Okay, guys. So from here, we're going to lay down on our stomach and we're going to start to activate some of the posterior shoulder muscles by doing some Superman push-ups. So let's lay down on our stomachs. So from this prone position, your arms are going to be stretched out above your body and your thumbs are facing the ceiling. You're going to squeeze your glutes first, and then you're going to draw your shoulder blades down along the backside as you lift your hands up towards the ceiling for 5 seconds. Okay, so we're going 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we lower down. Once you lower down, you can relax your spine, relax your glutes, maybe even rock your hips from side to side. Let go of the muscles of the low back and of the glutes. Let your body transition in between tension and relaxation so that you can feel what that feels like and learn how to control it more productively. Okay? So again, squeeze the glutes. Draw those shoulder blades back down along the rib cage and then lift the arms up into the air. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Nice and relaxed, nice and easy. Roll those hips from side to side. Make sure that you're relaxing through the spine as much as you can because we're starting to use some of those back muscles as we get into our prone extension. Okay, so go ahead and squeeze those glutes. Draw the scapula down, the shoulder blades down. Lift those hands up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, take the hands down by the sides of the rib cage. We're going to go ahead and transition into a knee-hand crawl position. So press yourself into a knee-hand position. Now from here, we're going to practice some spinal waves. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus first on cat and cow. So you're going to drop your sternum towards the ground and then lift your mid-back towards the ceiling. So just imagine milking each vertebrae in your spine, focusing on the micro movements as you transition between flexion and extension of the spine. Now, if you want to add to this movement, you can add some forward movement. So we're taking it into an upward facing dog or a cobra, if you will. And then we can also tuck the chin and drop the weight back over the heels into a child's pose. So you can really add some nice movement in this spinal wave. So this is just another way to get flexion and extension of the spine. So this should feel really good. Make sure to add the breath. Make sure your shoulder, you're pressing into those arms. Drawing your belly button towards your spine. And really focusing on opening that spine up. Transitioning in and out. You can even add a little bit of side-to-side motion, a little bit of lateral flexion in the spine, or a combination of all of the above. So we can add some nice, this almost feels like a jump rope type movement with the spine. I can add some looking around in my environment. Nice and easy. Okay, lower yourselves right back down onto the ground. Superman push-ups, okay? So lower yourself down. From here, get yourself into position. You're going to squeeze those glutes. And if you want, you can always change the position of your arms. So this one, if you want, you can have your arms out to the side. Squeeze your glutes. Bring those shoulder blades down and back as you lift up off the ground. Nice and easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Relax those hips. Relax your low back. And don't judge yourself. You know, if you still feel tight even while you're trying to relax, just trust that your body knows how to heal itself. It's a really important variable in self-care practice, is tuning in with what your body's able to do, not just with what you feel. Okay, let's go ahead back into it. So squeeze those glutes, draw those scapula back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Nice and relaxed, nice and easy. Breathe deeply and expansively. And then one more time, guys, squeezing through the glutes, drawing those shoulders back, lifting the arms off the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Okay. Let's go ahead, bring the hands down by the sides of the ribs. Draw your belly buttons towards your spine as you press yourself into your knee-hand position. Drop your weight back over your heels. We're going to get right back into our spinal wave. Opening up the spine, so we go from cobra, and you can lift the knees off the ground if you like. Press your hips back over your heels, child's pose. Lift those palms up off the ground. Add as many variations as you possibly can, because remember, movement is like nutrition, and we want to add as many different nutrients as we possibly can to our movement practice. Now, if this feels sketchy on the wrist, you can always go into a loose fist. It's another nice variation to still be able to do this maneuver. Draw the belly button towards the spine. Drop the weight forward, back, forward, back. You can imagine coming underneath an obstacle. Make it work for you. This is about opening up the spine, stretching, strengthening, all at the same time. Nice and easy. Breathe deeply as you go. Add those movements that you need to add to make it work for you. Nice, large, and micro movements. Focus on extending the top of your head from the tip of your tailbone. Make sure that thing is pointing and moving as far away from your head as it can. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and bring the knees up off the ground. So now we're in a crawling position, and what we're going to do is we're going to gently transition between inverted and foot-hand crawl. So this is foot-hand crawl. We're going to start by lifting opposite arm, opposite leg. So just feeling the balance in that position. Now, if this is too difficult, you can keep one knee on the ground so that you have a little bit more balance. But if that's easy, go ahead and lift those knees up off the ground and lift up opposite arm, opposite foot. Okay, the transition happens by taking the leg underneath the body. So now I'm in inverted crawl. And again, I could go right back into my lifting opposite arm, opposite leg. So as I'm pressing into my supporting arm, I want to make sure I'm not sinking in between. I want to press through that hand and also press through my foot. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to take the leg under the body. So now I'm in my foot hand crawl. Okay, you can do the other side, coming back, other side, coming back. And again, you can add some shoulder pulse if you like. This is to keep nice shoulder strength through these movements. So you're moving nice and controlled. Now if you want, you can walk those hands back and come back into a nice squat position. This is our next movement here. So we're just going to sit in a squat for about 45 seconds. So if this is difficult for you, you can come up onto the balls of the feet, okay? Or you can put something underneath the balls of your feet. But we're going to spend a little bit of time in this position. So while we're in this position, we're going to bring our arm on the inside of our leg and reach back with the other arm. Switch sides. So I'm bringing my arm inside and reaching back. Remember, keep it comfortable. It's not about straining yourself. It's about using those powerful back muscles, the multifidi and the rotatories. Those are the muscles that rotate the spine. And you want to create strength by practicing rotation. So on one hand, I could be pressing with my arm to get me into this position, but I should also be able to use my powerful back muscles to get me into that rotated position. Okay, so let's bring our weight back into our hands for our tripod transition. So between foot-hand crawl and inverted crawl. This time, if you want to add a little bit of crawling in your environment, you can feel free to do so. Notice that my glutes and my shoulders are at the same height. And then I'm going to lift opposite arm, opposite leg, and bring the leg underneath the body. Okay, same thing from this position. I can crawl around. And then when I'm ready, opposite arm, opposite leg. The leg comes under. And now I'm in my foot-hand crawl. Spread those toes wide. Spread those fingers wide. Okay? Nice and strong. Imagine somebody's trying to push you over. And what that does is it helps to activate the core musculature. Because if I wanted you not to be able to push me over, I would have to draw my belly button towards my spine so that you couldn't push me over. Switch places. Or switch into your inverted crawl. Again, if this feels sketchy on the wrist, take it into a loose fist. Just slow down that movement. Because this is taking our shoulders through a good range of motion. It's challenging our core. It's challenging all sorts of things. Switch. Come forward. Come back. Okay. Transition. Nice and easy, guys. Nice and easy. Okay, let's go ahead. Transition one more time into your foot-hand crawl. Walk your hands back and sit yourself back into a nice deep squat. Okay? Doesn't matter how far apart your legs are. Doesn't matter if your feet are pointing forward or not. The point is to spend time in this position as much as you can. So from this position now, what we can do is we can add a little bit of crawling. So I can bring one foot forward and move around in my environment. Again, keep it within your comfort. This should be a comfortable movement for you. If it's not, dial it down. Decrease the range of motion. Decrease the speed. Focus on opening up those hips. I can drop one knee towards the ground. Drop the other knee towards the ground. Start to control that breathing as we're starting to wind down a little bit here. If you want to relax yourself with your breathing, try 2 short inhalations followed by an elongated exhalation. So, okay, guys. Really, really nice job. So let's go ahead and sit our caboose down onto the ground. From here, you're going to have one leg bent in front. You're going to take the other leg and bring it across the body in front. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. This black table behind me doesn't help very much. But in any case, I want my sit bones on the ground. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up this front leg and I'm going to switch sides. So now I'm going to bring the other leg in front and I'm going to switch again. So a lot of times we know about this as being a pretty good position for a stretch, but we can add a little bit to this movement by adding motion. So I'm just spinning around on my caboose, bringing that leg in front. Remember, stay nice and relaxed through the spine. This is massaging your internal organs, guys. So see if you can't imagine your internal organs healthy, strong, powerful, doing their job perfectly. If you want to add a little bit of a reach, you can. Reach and breathe. Nice and relaxed. Especially in these rotated positions. Usually when we rotate, we're like, and what I want you to do is I want you to breathe through that. Let go of the tension in the spine. Move like you are moving like a child, right? Kids don't think about, movement as much as they think about exploring their world. Like, I want to get to that. Or I want to reach for this, right? I need that toy now. I'm going to bring that toy over here. And breathe. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and lay down onto our backsides, please. So we're going to move in through a couple bridges. So from this position with your knees bent, feet flat on the ground, just want you to relax and we're going to go ahead and just lower the knees from side to side. What we can also do before we get into our bridges is we can lift the feet up off the ground and do some windshield wipers with those legs from side to side. Again, once you get into that rotated position, breathe and relax. So breathe in maybe on the leg towards the ceiling and then exhale as you twist to the side. Breathe in and lower to the side. Breathe in and lower to the side. Okay, so from here, feet flat on the ground, knees are bent. You're going to tuck your butt underneath and you're going to press through the heels, lifting your pelvis off the ground. Okay, this is a really nice movement to activate the glutes. So we're just staying in this position for roughly 3 breath cycles on your own. Breathing nice and relaxed. Breathing nice and relaxed. Feel the energy inside the body. You're not sure what it feels like. Imagine rivers of energy moving through the body. If you're not really sure what that looks like, just picture your nervous system, which is like a dynamic root system from top to toe, shoulder to fingertip. And there's electricity and chemicals moving throughout that root system. And just imagine that moving from top to toe, shoulder to fingertip. Okay. Inhale, exhale. We're going to lower our caboose to the ground, but we're going to start one vertebrae at a time, starting with our mid-back, And as we exhale, we're slowly lowering one vertebrae at a time down onto the ground. Nice and slow, nice and easy. I want you to imagine that the top of your head is moving away, or the tip of your tailbone is moving far away from the top of your head. Once your sacrum makes it down onto the ground, just relax and breathe. Let go of unnecessary tension. Maybe just let your knees kind of collapse towards the center, leaning up against one another. Breathe and relax. Okay, guys, just one more bridge for one breath cycle. So again, tuck your butt underneath, press through the heels, lift your pelvis off the ground, nice and strong, through the torso, through the legs, through the glutes. Everything feels nice and powerful and strong. Inhale, exhale. As you exhale, extend the tip of your tailbone away from the top of your head and lower one vertebrae down to the ground at a time. Really nice job, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and straighten out those legs. We're going to place our hands on our lower abdomen, kind of where we started today. You can kind of press your hips into the ground one side at a time, or squeeze one glute at a time, just kind of massaging your low back and your hips into the ground. From here, take one arm above the head. You're going to bend the opposite knee, roll onto your side, and all the way onto your abdomen. Nice and easy. So a lot of times we start our class with our rolling, but this time we're going to end with some rolling. Okay, squeeze your glutes, bend the knee, reach it behind, come back onto your backside, switch sides. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. See how much you can relax your body. Switch sides. Rolling and relaxing. Nice and easy. Squeeze those glutes, bend the knee, reach it behind. One more time, both directions. Nice and easy. Relax it out. Squeeze those glutes, bend the knee, reach it behind. One more time the other direction. Bend, press, reach, roll. Rock it out. Squeeze the glutes, bend the knee, reach it behind. Nice and relaxed. Okay, guys, so last thing we're going to do today is just some breathing techniques. So we're going to take 10 circular breaths, which goes like this. So we're going to do 10 of those. Let's go ahead and do it now. On the last one, we're going to exhale as long as we can, and you're going to hold your breath as long as you can until you absolutely have to breathe again. Let's go ahead and try. On the last one, breathe in. Exhale completely and hold. If you feel tingling, that means everything's oxygenated inside the body. Hold as long as you can. Feel all those nerves stimulated from top to toe, shoulder to fingertip. And don't take that next breath until you absolutely have to. But when you're ready, go ahead and take in that next breath. Hold. And then when you're ready, exhale nice and slow. Really great job today, guys. If you want to chill here for a little bit longer and just relax more, feel free. If you got to get on with the rest of your day, feel free. But I want to encourage you, if you don't have to check your phone right now, then don't. If you don't have to jump on the computer right now, then don't. give yourself another minute or two to relax and enjoy this experience of recovery. So a really great way to take care of yourself is to exercise, but then also focus on the recovery aspect, which means relaxation. So I hope you guys enjoyed our session today. You know I sure did, but I also enjoyed it because I knew all of you were here today. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll be with me next week, next Thursday, same time, same channel, for a whole new workout. You know that each one of these sessions are totally unique. They have similar movements, but they're totally unique. So I hope you guys will feel free to join me. If you have questions, feel free to plug them into the chat box right quick. You're very welcome, Catherine. You can also check out some of the older movement videos of this class on my YouTube channel. I am Daniel J. Moore, all one word. I guess that's a word. Anyways, some of the workouts are there, so you can feel free to revisit some of the old workouts that we've done. And when I get a chance, I'll upload even this one that we just did today. So again, I hope you guys really enjoyed it today. Lots of love. Ready for your day, Cindy? That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for being here, as always. I really love, you guys are, I see you guys coming back week after week, and it really, really makes me feel really good because, you know, I could tell you're finding a value in it, and again, it helps me a lot. It makes me feel good knowing you guys are here. So thanks again. I really appreciate it. So, all right, guys, have a beautiful day. Smile a lot, breathe deeply and expansively, and make this the best day you ever had in your life. Okay? Make it the best. Lots of love, and I'll see you guys next time.